Okay, I'm going to be the bad guy in the Pokemon community right now. I'm going to go against what is common knowledge and what a lot of big TCG stores are saying, because what worked for me was something completely different. And this involves buying and selling bulk trading cards, especially Pokemon. And I have some notes, so if you see me turning my head to the side, that's why. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Jesse. I own HappyTigerGaming.com. Very small store. I've had the business for 5 years, but really I've only been going hard. I mean, I took years off. I only went hard 6 or 7 months until I got my first distributor. And yeah, he does sometimes let me buy Pokemon. So this is the holy grail, and I think this should be the target of all Pokemon selling businesses, should be to get distro. Whatever path takes you there the fastest, and that's why I kind of disagree with the whole bulk thing at first. So, bulk does have better margins than sealed when you're starting out, especially. You buy bulk for 80%, you can sell it 100, 110, or you buy bulk for 70%. You can make good margins on it. But I'm not concerned about margins. I'm concerned about absolute profit and the time it takes to get it. So if you can buy and sell one case of Pokemon cards or any TCG, buy it for 900, sell it for 1,000, you made 11% profit. If you spend that same money on bulk, you won't make 11% profit. You'll make 30, 40% profit. But how many hours of work did it take to get that? Just listing the bulk, just going over the condition. How many hours did it actually take to get you that money? Because it's not about how much money you get per, percentage wise. The absolute return per how much time you spend on something is what matters. Because I make more money per hour doing that. So looking at the return percentage is like a trap for bulk. Now, if you're new, you probably should sell bulk and buy bulk just to know how it works. I do recommend even starting on TCG Player or eBay, probably TCG Player, and I recommend maybe getting 100 sales at first. Get 100 sales so you make all of your mistakes with cards that aren't expensive. Get your mistakes out of the way and get better before you start risking real dollars. That's what I recommend. This also teaches you how to use the pirate ship, the shippos. It teaches you how to sell properly, communication, how to deal with angry customers. You learn all of your lessons with less risk. And I'm not telling you what strategy to use. I just want this thrown out in the ether of the TCG community. There are so many strategies that work. What I recommend is modeling yourself after someone who's good. Brian, Poke-NE, DJ's Pokemon Center's on his way up. That bro's awesome. These are cool people. These guys are where you want to be. I suggest watching what they do and modeling yourself after them. And now you have a path that will have less mistakes than if you were to just make stuff up. And the path of using bulk works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. The path of bulk jumps. You can say, I have 5,000 sales this year. Most of them were under $1, but I have 5,000 sales this year, And I'm being it wouldn't be under $1. You charge what you want to charge, right? And then whatever. But that's not the path I'm modeling myself after, because I don't got the time to do that. It would take so many years. I would have to go down to part-time with my job. I would have to live below my means, way below my means. If you don't know, I have an addiction to coffee. I got 5 coffees here. It's bad. It's a problem. I can't do it. When I can move one case, make $3,000 revenue, not profit, $3,000 revenue, the percentage might even be in the negative. But that got me even losing money. I call it case farming. I literally every month, I have a dollar amount, and there's a calculation I use. I don't make it up. I have a dollar amount. This is how much money I'm losing selling cases. Hear me out. Again, I don't want anyone else to do this. This is my sauce. Case farming strategy. This is my burn rate, and my burn rate is 2 things. This is how much money I have to lose per month on my website, on this, on that, insurance, and then this is how much money is my allowance based on how much money I prefer to lose by selling cases. Why do I say I want to lose money? Because they sell super quick when the price is lower. My goal is to, well, now it's not to get a distro, but my goal at the time was my goal is to get a distro. So I just need to buff those total sales numbers. They care that you can move stuff, that you're making customers happy. That's what distro cares about. How much stuff can you take out of their dusty warehouse? Are you going to help them or not? So I lost a little bit of money, and now I make more money on the other end so much faster than saying, well, I'm getting 35% profit on this bulk, and I only would have made 5% profit on the case, but the bulk would have taken a year, and I would still have some left. Maybe I would have lost some. No, I just buy 8 cases, sell it. Now I have distro. Thanks, guys. Now I have English distro that sometimes lets me go buy Pokemon for under MSRP. So in the long run, what makes you more money? The bulk way? Or just moving the needle quick to get to this goal as quick as you can? Because I don't got the time, and I'm an anxious person. I'm an extremely anxious person about time, to the point where it's almost neurotic, because I wasted so much time in my 20s, and now I got to make up for it by living 2-3 lives at one time. I guard my time more than I guard my dollars because I don't have it, and it's slipping away. You know what I mean? So I refuse. And I know people who make tons of money bulk. And again, if you just want to make money and you don't have a lot and you're starting out, if you're starting out, I do recommend bulk. It's the best way to learn. It is the best. You're learning to sort the cards, to look at the condition. You're learning to put them in the top loaders. You're learning how to ship in the, craft yellow bubble mailers. You're starting to learn, okay, I'm not going to throw stupid stickers. Poke Annie has a great video on this. Don't send the stupid stickers with your stuff. It's not an added value to the customer. All that is a 15-cent upcharge that you could have just not put the price of the stickers in there. And by the way, shout out to DJ's Pokemon Center, because I had a video that has like 10 views and he commented on it. So this guy's on the YouTube grind, bro, and that's the way to do it. I have a lot of controversial opinions on how to run a TCG store, and a lot of it goes against conventional knowledge. And I personally think after a certain point, you should not be buying and selling bulk if you value your time. But this is not my advice to someone else. This is my advice for my own life, what works for me. And it's based on my personal goals and my strengths and weaknesses. There's going to be people that they can't do the case thing. It doesn't work for them. They do care more about percentages than absolute profits. And once you build bulk to a certain point, you are just going to have days where you're making hundreds and hundreds of dollars every day because your collection's just so big. I know people with the chaotic sorting. Literally, I'm in a group and people are talking about what sorting system for your bulk do you use? And it's like, oh, there's the chaos system. It's like, I know this is in room 17, the second layer, it's going to be in the box A52 and it's going to be in the back because I have an app and there's stickers on these boxes, and these guys make money every day, but it's such a slow build up. For me, it's not worth it. Now, if you already built up a lot of bulk, or if you started out as a player and you have a lot of bulk, you already have an edge there because you got to sell the bulk anyway. If you want to start your business, probably sell the bulk anyway. So you already have an absurd advantage with, you basically have free bulk that you didn't have to pay for. But the engine only starts when you're buying low and selling higher. That's when the engine actually starts. Otherwise, you're just selling off a collection. And if you can learn to find treasure in trash, you're going to be ahead of the game no matter what. And bulk will teach you that too. I got my 100% positive feedback. It's an easy way to farm feedback. It's an easy way to do all this. But for me, like someone who's anxious about time, it won't work. It won't work if you're as anxious as I am and you're pissed off that you spent all day and you're like, ooh, I made 200%. And then that 200% is $17. You spent all day making $17. It's too much for me, man. I can't do it. So I am the bad guy here. Against conventional wisdom, I don't preach bulk after a certain level. If you're completely new or if you already have bulk, definitely do it. And if you just are a master at it and you're just more efficient than everyone else because you're so good at the system of buying and selling bulk, if you reach, because everything at the end of the day it's a skill set. And if you have the skill of constantly, like if people are sending you bulk because you built an audience, you already cut out half the time it takes. You know what I mean? Like you're already saving time on so many other ends if you're efficient at it, that it's going to work. So again, this isn't advice for anybody. Bulk will work for some of you. That's why I refuse to give advice, man. Like, I don't want to give advice here. I just want to document what I'm doing, and people think it's advice. What I'm doing is I'm worried about absolute returns as fast as possible. I'm worried about gross revenue, how much money I make before you factor in even what I paid for it. Because I need to move stuff. I want to move stuff like a distributor. I want to race. I want to speed run as big as I can. And this might crash and burn, right? It might not work out for me, bro. But I'm telling you, like, so far, last year, when I started going hard last year, and it really paid off. And bulk was not even part of that process. So if you think bulk is necessary, it's not. It's just an easy way to buy at a lower market percentage. That's the advantage of bulk. It's an easy way to buy at a low percentage. The selling it takes so much time though to sell at 100, 110% market, 120% market. There's things you can do. You can buy bulk and then sell packs on eBay. Like you can sell way above 100% market if you know what you're doing, and you can even increase your margins further. There's ways to do that. But man, like, that's your edge. Your edge is the fact that you can buy at 70%. But if you can do that on singles, if you can do that on sealed, if you can do that on PSA graded cards, I mean, I don't see for me, it won't work. Tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. I want you to fight in the comments because it helps the algorithm, and this YouTube channel is astronomically terrible, bro, so help me out. Subscribe if you like Pokemon, TCG content, and business content. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'm going to put all the links in the description. Start a fight in the comments. It helps the algorithm. Peace out, guys. Bye.